Hello and welcome to Audioheads. We are geeks assembled. There are four people here to review the wonderful story of Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency, the BBC production of the same, and it's got some great actors in it, and a great story. And I'd like to introduce the other podcast members one by one, and do give your review for this and give a number. Could we start with Beef Dad?
I was afraid you'd do that. I read the book when it first came out because I'd become a real fan of our friend Douglas Adams through The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I must confess, when I read the book, I was bitterly disappointed. I found it less than extraordinary, shall we say. And this BBC production hasn't helped my opinion. It's way too long. Admittedly, there's supposed to be confusion, as with The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. There was confusion. But this really, for me, was hard work listening to it. I will be very honest, I am not a massive fan of Harry Enfield. And he didn't really do it for me as Dirk Gently. Olivia Colman as Janice was absolutely brilliant. The moments that she was on air, it lit the whole thing up. But there's never enough Janice. Yeah, there was some good. There were some good performances in amongst it, but the whole damn thing never really got going for me until the last two episodes. So I had to listen through 4 episodes before anything really got going. I loved the monk. The monk, I can't remember who did the monk. Let's see, where is it?
I think it's Toby Longworth.
Yeah, Toby Longworth. Yeah, yeah. He was good. He was good. He pulled me in every time. Every time the monk was on, he pulled me in. And it was nice to hear Morwenna Banks in an audio playing Nurse Sally Mills. So I like the Morwenna Banks from way back, from when she first started doing any kind of television and acting work. I saw her in a little theatre in Battersea right at the beginning of her career, and she was brilliant then, and she's brilliant now. As I say, there were some brilliant people in it. I mean, Stephen Moore, for goodness sake, playing Odin. But the thing is, I think it was a wonderful cast that was wasted on basically a second. In fact, I wouldn't even put it as a second-class story. I'd say it's a third-class story. So for me, it gets a 4.5, 5. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, 4.5.
All right. Well, thanks for barreling through it. Then, Beef Dad, I appreciate your words. We're gonna go then to Lee Wilson. What do you think, Lee, about Dirk Gently's holistic detective?
Oh, brace yourself. I remember, as Beef Dad said, I remember reading the book back in the 1980s. So I was looking forward to listening to this audio drama. This audio really wants me to go back and read the book, because as I was listening, I was thinking, I don't remember this, I don't remember that. So I don't know if it's artistic license or my memory's playing up. So I'm going to have to go back and check the book out again. As of the play, I'm going to echo what Beef Dad said. Brilliant cast. Olivia Colman, she's just wonderful in everything she does. And when she appeared in this, it got your attention. You know, just the screaming receptionist wanted to pay rise for this and all this. It was just brilliant. As you say, Toby Longcliffe as Electric Monk. He is a brilliant, brilliant voice actor. We even got Jim Carter in as Gilks. What a awesome actor. And I will echo as well what Beef Dad said. I am not a Harry Enfield fan. Never have been, and I never will be. I just don't get why people like him. It's just one of those things. And then Andrew Sachs, awesome. Brilliant in the role of, we get to say with Chronotis, we get the Shada connection. You know, the scenes from Shada put into this play as well. So Andrew Sachs has played the villain in Shada on the audio, and he's played Professor Chronotis in this audio. But yeah, it's for me. It was 2 episodes too long. It did drag. It's. I wouldn't go as far as to say it was a third-rate story. It's not one of Douglas Adams' best. I think Hitchhikers was an albatross. What he had to, and he never beat Hitchhikers. This. Yeah, it drags, and it was hard work to get through. As Beef Dad said, it sort of picked up for the last few episodes. So, me personally, I'm not going to score it that low. I'm going to give it a 6.5.
All right, a 6.5 for Lee. Thank you, Lee. And going down to Texas, what do you think, Texas Tim?
Well, I'd say this is actually one of my favorite audio stories. It's to me, it's very funny, and that's the main thing. It's very enjoyable. I listen to it about once a year. I first got it about, I think, 2012 or something. I wasn't much of an audio person before until I found out about all these Doctor Who's that were out, and I started listening, and then I had a lot more time on my hands since I'm here all day, and so I started listening to audios quite a bit. And I picked this one up from Audio Go back when they were still in business, and I enjoyed it very much. I'm on the fence with Enfield. He doesn't bother me, and I don't think he was terribly bad in this. I think the cast is amazing in this. They all do a great job. You may be right about it. The first 4 episodes meandering a bit, but I mean, it's all supposed to come together in the final 2, I think. And it is a bit long, but I don't think you're supposed to listen to it all in one shot either. It's probably something that was once a day, 30-minute episode or something. Other than that, Douglas Adams does borrow quite heavily, though, from Shada, a lot of the ideas from there. And I'm guessing he was using the business that it wasn't ever broadcast, so he could reuse bits of it. But he also lifts the end of City of Death and uses that again. I would take away points for that, but I enjoy it too much. I think it's one of those ones I pull out like once a year and listen to it because I enjoy it very much. To me, it's very funny. It's very timey-wimey, which is, this was written before we had that kind of expression. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a 10.
All right, a 10 for Texas Tim. Thanks. And I am a big Douglas Adams fan in so much as this book has been my my antidepressant for the years that I've and his other works, including Shada. the thing that I like about Dirk Gently and his holistic detective agency, and then also the long dark tea time of the soul, is the connection, the interconnectedness of all things, how things fit together, and how he solves mysteries, which is fun. That's pretty much that's the key for me. The thing that I really I've never been a Harry Enfield fan. The only time I've really seen him is in a live concert with Eddie Izzard, who I'm a fan of. But so I'm not really sure where he falls or anything like that. So, hearing Carson from Downton Abbey and Pippin from Peregrine Took from the Lord of the Rings, and I mean just the Olivia Colman from Broadchurch and Doctor Who and all these other things that she's done. She's amazing. Yep. I agree, Beef Dad. I agree, Lee. It's just such a great time whenever the receptionist is there, and I mean she is the only check against Dirk's. The secretary is the only check against Dirk's power and whatever he wants to do. He's just going to do it, except for she's there and to rein him back in and point him in a saner direction. Anyway, that's sort of fun, and this adaptation was not done to the book. I just reread the book, and they're just not the same thing at all. Yeah, Lee, you got it. You don't even need to worry. It's just not the same thing at all. Chronotis wasn't really in it, and you're right, Tim, about the lifting of the City of Death scene. I mean, that happened. I mean, they weren't in the book, but they were enjoyable to me. I enjoyed the whole thing. I listened to it about 3 times this week. It's pretty enjoyable, actually. For me personally, I would rate it really quite high. I'd give it a 9. I was enjoying the interplay. I especially like the fact that they did a good sound effect for Gordon Way's death and the death of his mother or Wenton Weeks' mother. Those deaths were not, they weren't. It was easy to hear the ghosty of them, and so that was pretty cool. And the other thing that I enjoyed the way that it was separated into 6 parts. Perhaps the parts could have been shorter, but I like the 6-part story format. That was very much Shada, very much Hitchhiker's Guide. It was very much the old Douglas Adams rhythm. So that was fun. Maybe shorter, I don't know. But so let me just throw it open. Everybody, free for all now. Let's go for it.
Did anybody watch the TV series a few years ago?
I did.
No, I didn't. No, I missed.
I did. Yeah. It was.
No, I didn't.
It had some.
It wasn't bad, but again, they didn't even adapt the books. They just kind of went with it kind of in a different way, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah, way different than the books.
I must admit, there was some little bits that caught me, like the George III stuff, the Mad King. Jeffrey Holland playing him was just absolutely brilliant. That really creased me up. I like the idea of the the old lady and her cat. That amused me. We could have done with a bit more of that. But yeah, there was just so many bits that really, as you say, they lifted, they expanded, they dragged stuff out as if to say, well, we've got to fill 6 episodes. Let's bung in this, bung in that, bung in this. And a lot of it just didn't make sense to me. I mean, I wasn't wildly keen on the book originally when it came out, but this is so different from the book. Yeah.
I didn't put it that way. I thought it was pretty similar. But as far as what you're saying, I think it's designed to get where you get to the end and you realize that all these bits have been put together. You want to go back and listen to it again. Maybe that's not the case with everyone, that doesn't want to spend 3.5 hours on an audio. But I mean, I think that's the way it's designed anyway. I wouldn't say that all the bits they threw in weren't important to the story, to the conclusion of the story.
And it also as well, it is designed. It was radio, so it was a weekly broadcast. It as Tim always says, you should be listening to it in one. If you do that, it won't work. But but I do agree with Beef Dad. It just, I don't know. There was something about it just didn't do it for me. I am going to go back and read the book because I remember reading the book back when it came out, and I enjoyed it back then. Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to see what the differences are in the book to the audio. So the audio has made me go and search out the book and do that, but it hasn't done anything else for me, really, I'm afraid.
Is there anything else anybody wants to add?
I like this one better than the second one.
Apart from the fact that it's Tim Wells' birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, happy birthday, Tim.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
So,
the cake will be arriving in any second now.
Yes, because he's throwing it.
Yes.
So the second one is Long Dark Tea Time of the Soul, then? Tim?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They adapted that for radio as well, yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Peter Davison's in it. He's one of the villains.
Yeah.
Who was in it?
Said Peter Davison is in it as one of the villains. I'm lagging, so that's why I'm yapping here. But yeah, it's not quite as good as this one, I would say.
All right. Well, we won't go that direction. Then for next week or 2 weeks, we will split off and do something else. Any grand ideas, folks, for what we could attend to in a couple weeks, in a fortnight, as Lee would say, in Beef Dad?
That's up for debate.
Okay. So we'll just let it be up to the group when, and we won't give you any hint as to where we're going. Let it be a mystery.
It'll be a surprise.
Let it be a mystery to solve holistically.
Okay.
Thank you all for coming, and be sure to like, subscribe, and comment below anything to do with Douglas Adams, anything to do with solving mysteries, anything to do with your likes and dislikes of either book or audio, or
if you've got a sofa stuck on the stairs, comment below.
Yeah, if you've got a sofa wedged.
Or a horse in the bathroom.
Yeah. Never had too many of those.
No.
I agree. Okay. Well, see you next time.
Toodle.
Bye.